What a day to make history, guys. What a day to make history. Welcome back to another live stream here on Wolf of Dubai. And let me just adjust here my space shuttle before we diving into it. We just made history in the US. So we just launched the 2 US American astronauts into space, and that very successfully. So I just watched it and it's just so unbelievable and such a great news, guys. I don't know what to say. It's just so amazing, and it's even an Elon Musk company, and you know, Elon Musk must be happy with his team right now. It's just so unreal and so amazing what people can do when they believe on something, when they have a vision. And I'm just super happy that this happened. You know, this is just the beginning, guys. This is the first crewed mission by SpaceX, and this is just a small step of a huge journey that we will take as a human race to other planets, to Mars, to the moon, everywhere, guys. So I'm so happy that you joined. Thank you very much for joining on a Saturday. And today, obviously, we will talk about how this will affect the market. And guys, we have so much going on. But first of all, as always, let me know in the comments from where are you watching and which time is it for you? For me, it's midnight right now. Perfect time for a Saturday night live stream. And we have so many things to talk about. So, first of all, I would like to talk about this space mission. But before, sorry, I totally forgot. I want to welcome 2 brand new members of the Wolf of Dubai membership. So it's the Saxophone Lounge Hua Hing, the Ultimate Wolf, Diamond, and Robin Ray, Wolfpack member, Gold Edition. So thank you very much for supporting the channel. And if you are wondering what is that, and if you want to be welcomed in one of the live streams like that, make sure to check out the join button below the videos and live streams. There is a huge value to be a member of this channel. And obviously, if you're not subscribed yet, make sure to smash that subscribe button, okay? So let's dive into it. We had just history, guys. History making in the making with the whole launch. That it was not sure, right? This morning I said, you know, maybe we will not launch, but you know, then we said humans need to do what humans need to do. Bad weather? No. We are launching, guys. It was raining, it was not looking good, but then it turned out to be just a wonderful day to write history. And this is super important. I don't know if let me just check. Bad weather? No. We are launching, guys. Okay, I'm just have to adjust the sound for you guys so it will be synced. That's not SpaceX technology right now here. I'm still waiting for my studio equipment to arrive to have really amazing quality live streams here for you guys with a lot of animations and so I can't wait. But it takes a little bit time because it's gaming equipment, and if you know, the gaming industry is booming, so it's super hard to get all the parts together for my streaming desktop, and therefore I'm still here stuck with a small laptop, the MacBook Pro from Apple, but it's not enough for delivering the tasty, super interesting live streams that you deserve out there, guys. Make sure to smash that like button. Thank you. And yeah, let's talk about this launch. Why it's so important, guys? So first of all, it's showing that private companies can do much more than we think they can do. Okay, this is a huge proof of concept, not for Elon Musk, not for SpaceX, but for companies out there. You might know that I like to invest into this innovative companies, and like some of you out there as well, I'm an official investor. I'm starting to build up my small position. It's now a small position for me, but it will be a major position over time. Virgin Galactic, guys, and it's showing us that this is real. I guess that this should give Virgin Galactic a small push on Monday. Just think about how many people just watch that and want to be astronauts or want to experience the Virgin Galactic. I think, maybe thousands of new registrations will come up after this launch. I mean, who don't want to sit like that here, like the two astronauts, and then be in zero gravity or microgravity and experience our blue planet from very, very far. This is what I'm thinking. And I'm thinking, obviously this is very big step for America. SpaceX was for a long time beloved, not trusted in. Elon Musk and his team was questioned, and Neil Armstrong and other big astronaut guys were saying, space industry shouldn't be for private companies, but here we go, right? Restoring American pride again on American soil. That's how we love it, right? If it's not a happy end, then it's not the end. So before turning to the less amusing news here that we have on Saturday, I want to first go with you guys into the comments. Don't forget to smash that like button. This helps a lot, guys, okay? This really helps a lot. So let's see. We have Atlanta here. We have UK. We have Lisbon, Lancashire. We have... Yeah, Mad Style is saying that the capsule looked very futuristic, like from Instellar. That's true, guys. Everything from SpaceX just looks so next level, The capsule, the interior, the touch screens, the spacesuits, the Teslas, right? Just unbelievable, guys. Here, Saxophone Lounge is saying, SpaceX did it. Welcome to the future. Well said. Then we have Houston here. We have Virginia. We have Portugal. We have 10 million people, guys, watching live today the launch. That's unbelievable, guys. And I really think that the launch broadcast was really well done. I mean, you had interviews there with important people. You had very nice animations. You had different views. You had few cameras. You have, everything was a super good quality. Though there's a small conspiracy, when the Falcon 9 rocket supposed to land on the I Still Love You ship, or barge, it's rather a barge, there was still a signal loss, and then it came up again, and then it was already there. So I don't know. I don't want to put aliens here into the game, but you never know, right? I'm just joking, guys. So we have Orange from US. We have Uruguay. It's 5 p.m. in Uruguay, by the way, if someone wondering. We have Austria. We have China. There's questions also about the Tesla stock. So I don't know. I think it should help Tesla. I mean, because, there's lots and lots of technology swap between those companies, both the same owner. It's showing the proof of concept. It's showing that Elon Musk and his team can really have things making reality. So I think it could be very well that Elon Musk's Tesla will also technology swap between those companies. So I think it could really help Tesla as well. We shall see. I never actually I actually traced that. So actually we should trace if some. I mean, this was a very big launch for SpaceX, right? So if this is not helping Tesla, what else, guys? So let's see what else we have here. Some people are asking, Virgin Galactic up 10% on Monday. Who knows? But usually those smaller growth companies are very volatile. I can really good imagine that, there's a very good push moving forward for the stock of Virgin Galactic on Monday. So what else do we have? We have Hugo, also our member and regular here in our live chat. Texas, Florida, Singapore, San Francisco, London, our other member Mario, South Korea, New York City. Do you see how, and this is, I have to say that I'm so appreciative that we have such an international community, and the beauty about it is that as soon as you guys join, I see always the same people coming every single day to discuss stocks, finance, future, innovation. And I think it's such a great thing because, I don't know, if you don't know, I want to just repeat it again. We are building here the number one stock investing channel in the whole world. I know it sounds ambitious, but if Elon Musk can bring people to the ISS, then for hell yes, we can make this the biggest YouTube channel on stocks investing in the world, right? This is just on the 18th of June, we are celebrating 1 year on YouTube here, guys. And I remember, we were happy, or I was happy when there was like 10 views on some videos, and now we have 50 to 300 people in the live stream sometimes, when it's really something that people are interested in, and you are liking, you are subscribing, you are supporting the channel with being in the membership. So I'm really appreciating this, and again, it's just the very first step, and super interesting that you guys from around the world are looking to this live streams and the content, and I think there's a lot of value that can be brought there, I'm super happy to take this journey with you guys. DRK is asking if the Tesla stock will make the S&P this year. I hope so. You know, I really hope that that there will be that Tesla will be in the S&P 500, because this will be such a great event, guys. And I think sometimes Elon Musk seems to tease that as well. But, you know, with Elon Musk, you don't know always if it was really the, let's say, the S&P or stock-related things, or rather something more technical. So, let us see. Elon Musk seems to tease that as well. But, you know, with Elon Musk... Okay, New Jersey here as well. So we have really a lot of people in the live stream right now. Let's dive into the not so positive news around the world, guys. As you know, news is about to see what's going on in the world, positive, negative, neutral, and I want to dive with you guys now into rather the concerning side of things. Okay, so the space topic is just so unbelievable, guys. I'm still so buffed by that. But there is some geopolitical tension, guys. And I was today reading a lot and try to figure out, going on websites like China South Post or other Chinese websites to see if there's any leakage or something. But I guess just on Monday we can expect some kind of answer by China on what Trump said on Friday, right? The very harsh tone, I think. And I'm very, very concerned what can be the outcome of that. It seems that, they just can't find peace with each other on an economical and geopolitical situation. What I would wish for, at least for, let's say, 5 years, this would be so good for the stock market, but unfortunately, every now and then there is something that comes up, and therefore there is, by the way, a very interesting documentary. If you want to know more about China, there is a new Netflix series. It's called History 101, and there are different topics about, and there's also a topic about China. And make sure, it's just like a 20-minute thing, but it tells you so much about China, the economic growth, the unbelievable, they were so not on the map 50 years ago, and what they just did in the last 50 years to grow that nation is just unbelievable. How fast, how economical, multi-dimensional country this is. Meanwhile, this is absolutely insane, guys. So make sure to check this out while I'm just switching here the scenes while I'm taking a sip. And and then we have here some advertising for my daily vlog. I don't know if you have seen it. If not, make sure to smash that like button on this video as well, because this is something very interesting. So big news coming up for Virgin Galactic. Though this is a little bit older news, but it seems not so present. But when I stumbled across, I thought this is a whole vlog, guys. This is very, very bullish for Virgin Galactic stock. It's actually, I saw that the Renaissance Technologies, one of the biggest and most successful funds, I think they made over the last 40 years, 66% before fees every single year, guys. A huge mathematical algorithm fund, and they have purchased almost 1 million shares of Virgin Galactic, about 0.5% of the whole company. So quite interesting and very bullish in my personal opinion. This happened actually already in the first quarter. But back to China and US, I think that this will be very interesting to watch what will happen on Monday. What will be the answer of China, guys? Because this will be the stock market, which we will dive into it in a couple of minutes. It ran so good in May. Usually you say, you sell in May and go away, but this, I think we gained like 4% in May. So it was a quite interesting ride. And don't forget, we are opening a brand new month on Monday. Should be lower volume months, a lower volume day, because in Europe some countries are closed, so the volume should be a little bit lower. What does it mean for the stock market? The stock market can be more volatile because less volume can push the stock market in the one or the other direction. So that means, for example, if the overall market is negative, it can be that it will be rather stronger negative than it would be on a higher volume, just for your general explanation. Moreover, it is important also to understand that it will be very important what will happen to China, what will be the answer. So first thing I wake up on Monday morning, guys, I will update you either on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, guys. On Instagram, guys. On Instagram, I'm posting here a lot of things, and if you are in the membership, then you are eligible, I think, from the second tier to come also on our members only Discord chat, where we post a lot and lots of users and members are showing what they are trading, why they're trading, a lot of technicals also there. So quite interesting and a huge value to join there as well. However, this will be important for Monday. Then it will be also important from an earnings perspective. We don't have anything big, guys. We have Zoom earnings, I think, on Tuesday after the market closed. So we shall see, how big was the demand on the Zoom technologies. Obviously a huge winner of the whole health situation. And this is our next topic. Obviously, the health situation. It seems like people forgetting when so much is going on, but we have the biggest health situation worldwide. And I personally feel that more and more people care less and doing more outdoors, which is, great, because people are meant to be outdoors and enjoying life and enjoying Earth. But obviously, if the health crisis is still contagious, then this will be a problem, guys. And then we will see, right? There's two options. I said this already a couple of times. Either our health system can be quite overrun worldwide, okay? Doesn't matter which nation you are. If, people are going out and enjoying summer and everybody contagious everyone, then either our health system has a huge problem then, or the whole lockdown thing was overreaction, which would be fantastic, because it would show us that it wouldn't be necessary for the next couple of weeks or months. But again, we don't know how the health situation will develop in hot weather, cold weather. We thought hot weather will contain it a little bit, but then we saw the numbers from Singapore where it's hot right now and it rises. So we don't know. So it stays a big risk for the market, guys. As I said many times, two big news can help the market significantly in one or the other direction. Vaccination is bullish, second wave is bearish, and heavily bullish and bearish, guys. Okay, and and then another bad news. I see huge riots and uncertainty on the streets of the USA, guys. That's not good, and it will continue this weekend. I'm sure of that. Protests because of a big news that happened. I think all of you are aware, and I believe that this can also drive the markets a little bit lower, because it's no joke. And as you can see from the picture, I mean, they are burning down buildings and shops, and I saw robberies, and people are fighting against police and other way around. So it's definitely nothing positive for the markets. I can tell you that. I mean, that's without, it's a no-brainer. But the question is really, what can affect the markets, right? It's really interesting how the market is resistant right now with all the money that is pumping by the US government into the system, guys. That's unbelievable. So before going into the stock market and some charts, let's see if we have other question in the live stream. So if you have any questions, guys, let me know in the comments, because then we can have back and forth conversations here as well. This is the beauty about live streams. Let's have a look. Yeah, there's Med Style is saying stuff like Model X, Convoy, Tesla has no need to advertise. I just made a full vlog about that. Make sure to check this out. Very funny as well. I brought in some jokes. But yeah, you are totally right. The advertising strategy by Tesla is a no advertising strategy. So very interesting. What else do we have? We have Beyond Earth burgers. This would be a nice variation to the on the ISS. This would be fantastic. Then people want more Virgin Galactic. Yeah, you always think, when this kind of events happening, that you are under invested. Okay, I call it under invested, where you just feel, I could have so much more stocks of this company. Yeah, that's the beauty about the stock market, that when you do long-term investing and investing in things that you personally believe, you are like a fan of this company, which is fantastic. However, there's always the risk to be too much fan of a company and don't see bad signs. So you have to always try to keep neutral, try to share things in the community, like here, for example, so you can see other opinions. Look through negative opinions as well, because it's so important to understand the other point and see, is it just a negative comment, or is it a well-researched negative comment, right? For example, people are saying, wow, this level of oestrogen that is inside the Beyond Burgers because of the soy, it's unbelievable, and then I looked it up, and then I said, well, I knew that there's no soy in Beyond Meat burgers, that's the differentiation between Impossible burgers and Beyond Meat burgers. But it was like that was just a that was just a false statement, which I believe is interesting, because you see he will not invest in Beyond Meat because he just has a false information, right? So always check your facts, guys, even when it take lots and lots of time. Therefore, I'm a big fan of having a very small portfolio of 3, 4, 5 stocks, guys. If you're looking into the most successful, let's just take the two most successful investors. Warren Buffett, had the greatest success and the highest growth of his portfolio with just a couple of stocks, Coca-Cola, American Express, just 4 or 5 stocks. And Jeff Bezos, the richest guy on earth, basically had one stock, right? He was not rich and becoming rich and then invested all his wealth into another company, but, kept everything into Amazon, the most successful or one of the most successful e-commerce growth companies, right? So have a thought about that as well. So what do we have else? There is a question which I think it's quite interesting. So Jim Young is asking, could China shut down profits from Tesla to US and co? I don't think so, because this would be a big no deal or deal breaker. I mean, this would be absolutely no. They actually want that foreign companies invest into China to grow their economy. So I think it's hard to get money out of China. But I'm not an expert on that. I'm just, saw many other documentaries and videos about that, people showing you how to send money out of China, which I think seems to be a problem to get money out of China. But, again, I'm not quite that sure. So something that should be looked into. What are the risks for Tesla? There is... There's question, there should be a liquor store in space. I totally agree. I think Elon Musk said this as well. There should be a bar on Mars, definitely. Beyond Meat will go up and continue. Well, that would be a question, right? Then there's a question from our member. Would you buy more Virgin at 17 Monday or hold back? Well, basically, I think that the question is the horizon of investing, right? So let's assume that you think that the space industry is a real thing. And you are thinking, I want to park $5,000 into Virgin Galactic. So if you're just thinking, okay, what is the risk? The risk is obviously that, there's a short-term drawback, there is some technical issues, there is some delays, there's some customers that, don't want to be customers anymore. There's big risk, obviously, that the stock can go down to, maybe worst case scenario without going to really nuclear scenario, which will be zero. But worst case scenario, maybe 7, 8-ish, right? So your risk is, let's say, to halve your money short term or midterm even, right? If Virgin Galactic would say, hey, no, our first space trip will be 2022 or end 2021, this would be a bummer. Because I believe and I hope that the first flight with Richard Branson will be still this year. We hope that Corona didn't delay it so bad, because obviously the supply chain and the manufacturing of the spaceships and so on are still affected a little bit by the health situation. But otherwise, so let's say you have a 50% chance to lose your capital short term. On the other side, you have more and more awareness for space. Then you have this beautiful launch. Then you think, this is a long-term play with a lot of potential. You have Shamas, which is one of the smartest guys that I would say, one of the smartest guys on Wall Street, who's chairman of the board. You have Richard Branson, who is just a marketing genie, right? And just so capital intensive and high barrier business, very resistant against recession or health crisis, because the people have a high financial profile. And with this recent pushes with SpaceX, and I just watched a series, Space Force on Netflix, very nice. And I think this will be also putting the interest into space, even when it sounds stupid. But I think there are definitely lots of billionaires and millionaires out there that just want to do this, and there's big celebrities that are already registered and just waiting until the launch of Virgin Galactic. So, and the stock was when everything was hyped back in February, the stock was at almost 40. Okay, so I would say worst case bullish, this stock goes up if everything goes well and they have the first flight, and the first flight will be a success. The minimum I see the Virgin Galactic stock is $40, right? Or even more, $50. This means a triple the value that it is now. So does it really matter if you buy at 17 or 20 or 18 or 16 or 14, if you thinking no? And then beyond, the mission that Virgin Galactic has a super interesting business model, and just with the reservation they have, they are fully booked for a couple of years. So I think the next stop is then maybe 100 for the stock. So if you have this long-term vision and are happy with the concept and thinking the same, then maybe the stock is something for you, and then it's a buy with 70. In my personal opinion, again, all this information here are for information and educational and what was the other one? Entertainment purpose. So make sure to remember that, right? I hope this answered the question. And I want to, there is someone saying Virgin Galactic all in. I wouldn't do that because it's still high risk, obviously. On the other side, it's always high risk and high reward, guys. I was heavily with my portfolio in Tesla. It worked out, right? I saw things that other people couldn't. I had to listen to many people that said, Tesla is, some future things that will not happen. And boom, they're exploded very much, right? So it doesn't happen with every investment, but, things are growing, guys. If they're innovators, if they're changing the business, making a huge value for customers, companies eventually grow and their stock. So it's just about to pick the winners. So let's have a look into the market. So we exited May with the S&P 500 at 3,044 points. You see, especially after the Trump press conference on Friday, it was quite successfully. Also the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, everything went absolutely higher. Gold lost a bit. Oil went up as well. And let's have a look into the S&P 500. And then in the last month. So we came somewhere from 2,914 when the month started, and pretty much stayed in a very sideways position. As I said, I think we just did 4% in May. So the most gain was actually here from about end of March and then the whole April, and then we are somehow in the sideways and just waiting to see what's going on. And most of these gains are actually because of the technological companies, guys. Don't forget that, because the S&P 500 is heavily weighted on these technology companies, which are currently, thriving through this health crisis, because they are just, increasing their business, Amazon will grow 26%, I read. Apple will grow 1%, and other companies, Microsoft, and will grow through that economy that will stay more home and use more. And with this change and digitalization, I think Microsoft nailed it when they said they saw like 2 years of growth into digitalization because of the current situation. So I would totally agree and sign this. And so basically, as you can see, the May will be important to see if those informations like the health crisis will be contempt. Should we see, and this is beautifully more viewable here when you go into the 1 year chart, the V-shaped recovery is interesting if we can gain in May. Otherwise, we can also go into a W recovery, which could be also something, without going this low, but maybe a little bit lower. It's all depend on the market news and the vaccine and the second wave. So many factors that can currently influence the market, but those two will definitely define what we will trade next week. So I'm very curious, and I think that's it. I think that's a cool roundup. Thank you very much for watching, and I see you tomorrow with a daily vlog and some live streams. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great Saturday night. I wish you all the best, and thank you very much for taking off with me.